fun.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again, episode 57 at Face Value. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Will.
Super pumped to have you back again. We are recording on a Sunday night. The crew is back together
That's right.
after a sabbatical by Will on his farm. So finishing things up over there.
He was still there. On camera, baby.
On camera, yep.
We got a little feedback on that too, yeah. with the viewing. So we're gonna play around with it a little bit.
If we can get enough viewers, I can get 3 cameras.
And we'll just lock in.
And then we'll have one camera locked on each of us, and then we'll just split it in the feed.
Something to think about, boys.
I might just build a shed. Just have a recording studio in a shed.
I have like 6 sheds. We can probably outfit one of them.
Dude.
Once I can move one of the kids and they can bunk together, then we can just turn one of the rooms into a recording studio. So
Get a little mini split in there.
that's right, dude.
Put it at 60 degrees, just freeze.
All extra insulated to make sure we
Dude.
really trap the noise. Like,
Dude.
6 TVs
Let's talk to
for football season, just
Yeah.
locked in.
Talk to your wife about it.
yeah, she's listening.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're super excited to have everybody back. So it's the big week we've been talking about. The week we've been talking about for the past 18 weeks, it feels like. So
Let's go.
we are 1 week closer. So as of yesterday, we are 2 weeks away from college football beginning. So
13 days.
13 days. So it is
right.
closing in. So we'll do our SEC analysis today, and then next week we'll do our playoff prediction.
Oof.
12 seeds, and then we'll be watching Farmageddon live in Dublin, Ireland. So it's coming up quick. So as we do every other week, we are going to start with our hugs and hikes. So Will, you want to start off this week?
Yeah, I got we want to do hugs or hikes first?
We can go hugs first.
Hugs first. All right. I got two hugs. Nothing too crazy. First hug is an actual hug going out to Mariano Rivera. I don't know if y'all saw this. So the Yankees brought back the old timers game, and poor fella pitched his whole career. Didn't play a whole lot of outfield. Did Mariano Rivera for good reason. For a previous hike, the Achilles strikes again. Mariano Rivera torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Playing outfield in the old timers game.
Oh, no.
So the year of the Achilles strikes again. It's found another victim.
Crazy, man.
Poor
In the
Mariano.
old-timers
In the
game.
old timers game.
That's
Mariano
hilarious.
Rivera. He should have stuck to pitching because the outfield got him. So Mariano Rivera officially out probably for the next couple old timers games.
Probably
moving
not
forward.
coming back to an
No.
old-timers
I would
game.
never play again.
Yeah. So yeah, quick little hug to him, and then the other hug is Jaguars kicker Cam Little.
Yeah,
Did y'all see
I
that?
did see that.
70?
70-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Does not count as the official record because it's preseason, but that's unbelievable.
He had a little couple yards to go too.
Yeah, I think he could another 3 or 4 yards. He could have snuck it in there, but that's crazy.
He a
To hit
rookie?
70-yarder. No, this is his second year, I believe. I think he was a
Okay.
rookie last year,
Man.
but was really accurate last year. I think he only missed 1 outside of 50 last year. Only 3 field goals, I think, on the season. So coming out pretty strong, and the team was all excited. It was, gave you that feeling that football's almost back. It's preseason. We don't call it back in preseason, but super impressive to leg out a 70-yarder. So hug to Cam
That's
Little.
insane.
Texas State has a kicker in the league. They tweeted about it today. I don't think it's the kid from the Jaguars, but he's supposed to be really good.
This kid was where did he go to college at? But
It's all right.
yeah. Right now, every team's probably got 2 or 3 kickers in camp, so Texas State probably got a guy sneak in somewhere.
No, I think he was a starter last
Really?
year. I'm pretty sure.
Jake Bates,
I think so. Maybe the Colts? No.
Lions.
The Lions. It's the Lions kicker. It was the Lions. He hit like a 55 or 57 yarder, I think.
He was their kickoff specialist.
There you go.
Hey, it's a job.
Absolutely.
He was in the UFL, and then he signed with the Lions.
That's
so.
what it was. Got it. My hug, I'm going to give my hug to Jose Altuve for being the Yankees' daddy.
Always.
It never fails, man. You boo the man, and he just comes up with hit after hit after hit.
They don't learn.
It's crazy. He just always produces, and in Yankee Stadium, if you look at his numbers, his splits are unreal there. He just bumps it up to another level every time he goes there. So big hug to Jose Altuve to still, he's just taking it on the chin, man. He just doesn't care.
Also, 11th second baseman to reach 250 home runs. So
Yep.
Did
big
it
achievement
today,
for him.
correct? It
Yeah.
was 250.
Yeah, so big hug to Jose Altuve for, I mean, dude, putting the team on his back since 2011.
Oh, for sure.
Just,
Face of the franchise.
yeah, never be another Jose.
You can add Correa that too, dude. Correa.
At this point, yeah, for sure, coming back. Yeah,
He's looked pretty good, fellas.
Dude.
He's looked really good.
hit almost 500 since he joined the Astros.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like he missed us.
I didn't realize like his parents still live in Houston. Like he still had a lot of ties there. So
He still had a house in Houston, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure his wife is from the area too.
Mhm.
I think she actually might be from the Valley, to be honest. But yeah, from South Texas. So yeah, shout out, big hug to those two. Well,
heck yeah,
Altuve.
especially Altuve. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. What you got?
My hug goes out to Justin Verlander. Hit 3,500 strikeouts today. So he's 11 strikeouts from passing Walter Johnson for 9th all-time in strikeouts. So just a long career. Obviously, several hiccups in recent years with the several injuries and all that. But and he's really been struggling. I mean, well, his previous 3 starts before this, he had a .6 ERA. So he actually looked like he's getting back on track. And then gave up 8 runs a day and took the loss. But
Still got the K's.
yeah, ended up with 6 Ks. He's at 35.03, so just a big achievement for him, and just obviously a great career for that guy. So,
Absolutely.
and obviously I always have an appreciation for him for his time with the Astros. So,
When he goes in the hall, is he going to go as a Giant?
no,
Yeah, he goes as a Tiger for sure. But there's a case with the Astros.
I don't know
man.
if he does for sure.
Dude, he spent, I mean, almost
If-
his entire career. He spent what, 4 or 5 years with the Astros?
Well,
it was from
6?
17. It was 17 to 22, and then he came back in 23.
I mean, obviously his rings are from us.
Houston. I mean, you
But-
would argue his career
Cy Young.
peaked with the Astros, and he missed 2 full seasons.
Yeah,
I mean, if he pitched 1 game in 2020, missed all of
Yeah.
21 from the Tommy John. So
yeah.
if you add those 2 seasons back in, I think if those 2 seasons are in, there's a case for the Stros.
Yeah.
But he spent so much time in Detroit.
So much time in
and
Detroit.
had the best pitching season in the last 30 years in 2012, 2011 when he won the Cy Young and the MVP. Had like 24 wins. Just unbelievable season. So
He had 12 and a half seasons with the Tigers and 6.5 with the Astros.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he'll go in as a Tiger, but I think, especially if he doesn't lose those 2 seasons, I think there'd be a much stronger case.
Yeah.
Because the way he was pitching, you could very easily argue he could have won another Cy Young
Agreed.
in those 2 seasons. So
Yeah.
yeah.
For
I
sure.
guess we'll see.
Yeah.
What about your hike, Will?
My hike, growing up, fellas, I think we could all agree was probably the heyday for ESPN, and the last 5+ years or so, they've been pretty awful.
Decade.
At least a
I
decade.
was gonna say decade.
But like the early 2000s, ESPN was great content.
Unbelievable.
Wake up every morning, had to watch Sports Center top 10 before
Yeah.
you go
It was
to
a
school.
must.
The anchors were great. The commercials were great. ESPN was awesome. So, okay, we'll say a decade now. ESPN's on the downtick. So ESPN decides, hey, we suck now. Let's just go buy everything else that people like and just take it, only for them to ruin it within the first. It'll be ruined.
Yep.
Inside the NBA, TNT loses the NBA deal. ESPN now gets inside the NBA. Stephen A. Smith will be on that thing episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put Doris. They'll put women on it. They'll put Doris Burke on the damn inside the NBA. Like they're gonna ruin it. I know they are.
Yeah.
And so okay, they already get inside the NBA. In the past, they people would say that the best broadcasters were at Fox with Aikman and Joe Buck. They steal them.
Mm-hmm.
Now this week, they buy NFL Red Zone.
NFL Network.
And
The
NFL
whole-
Network.
The whole.
And they
network.
get Red Zone. They get all of it.
Yeah.
And now they get all the pay-per-view views for WWE.
Wait, didn't they sign a Netflix deal? I don't know. I
Well,
thought
that's
that-
like their Monday Night Raw.
Yes,
Oh.
like
but
the
now
pay-per-view,
all
yeah.
their pay-per-view
Is
events,
with
all their
Disney.
signature events, ESPN now has the viewing rights. And ESPN is going to make some super package within ESPN Plus with all of this stuff for an absurd amount of money. I give you within 5 years, they're all going to be dog shit.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
ESPN can take a hike for taking what is very, very rare now is good sports, good quality viewing sporting channels, shows, whatever. They can take a hike for, well, they're going to ruin them all. And just thinking they can buy everybody else's good stuff and they don't have to come up with anything good on their own.
Yeah, that's. So you're pretty much telling Mickey Mouse to take a hike.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, the extension is Disney, because Disney's struggling with all their woke culture stuff as well. And so it's just,
Yeah.
let's just monopolize it all and buy everything.
I feel like they have taken a step back. They've noticed.
yeah.
I feel like they've noticed.
I think their eyes maybe got opened with McAfee being so popular.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
And if they look across the room, we talk about them a lot. But like, look what's going on at Barstool. Like, people are
Exploding.
flocking to that.
Yeah.
How they attack content and what people want to view. So I think their eyes are opening. Maybe that means they won't ruin them. I don't trust them. I think they'll ruin all these great shows, all these great networks, all this stuff.
So to counter the Disney and ESPN thing, I'm gonna give a mini hug to Netflix actually. So I actually this past week got back on the Netflix train. The SEC series, the documentary series, Any Given Saturday, phenomenal content, behind the scenes stuff.
So is SEC focused?
It's all
It's
it's
only-
SEC
oh,
focused,
okay.
and so they go behind the scenes of like all the teams in the SEC, and it is of last
But-
year of the 2024 season.
But within that, can't you also give some mini hikes to all the teams that didn't give access to?
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, what was it, like 4 teams? Like Texas, Georgia,
Yeah.
a few other ones like didn't give access.
Dude,
so.
such good content. And coming from an LSU standpoint, the behind the scenes access is crazy. Like seeing Brian Kelly drop F-bombs is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Like seeing the other side of him.
Yeah, because
know.
you see all the political side and banging a table, everybody freaks out. Well, like behind the scenes, like you're seeing
That's
him
what he is.
get after
Yeah.
the kids,
Mhm.
and it's pretty cool to see the other side of it too, which I thought that was cool. But my hike, sorry, are going to be social media journalists. I'm going to tell them to take a hike. This past week, all of Baton Rouge and the whole state of Louisiana pretty much said LSU season was over because some bonehead on social media had some insight on a closed fall practice at LSU and said that Garrett Nussmeier's leg got amputated. Turns out it was just patellar tendonitis, which, again, throw some ice on it, rest it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's good to go. But, man, I don't know. It's just everybody's trying to get that first break the news thing.
Yep.
And we do this and we have our takes, good or bad, whatever they are. We're not sitting here trying to break news and be a journalism-based show or anything like that, but just to send the whole world into a frenzy. I mean, there were national media people that were having to check sources to see what was going on because it was an absolute dumpster fire
Because
online.
then everybody's just scrambling, looking to see what
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
And so he ended up practicing Friday and Saturday. LSU social media pretty much just took shots of Garrett Nussmeier's full body playing like ping pong and stuff like on their off day, just to say, hey, everything's good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just crazy. Don't be that guy. Don't go online and make up a fake story, things like that. I don't know the guy who breaks NBA news anymore. It's not Woj.
Oh, it's
Shams.
Shams,
Yeah.
like, whenever you have your sources, find the information from those sources, like Shams, right? Shams is never going to say Luka is going to the Lakers if he didn't know that Luka's actually going to the Lakers. Like, he's not going to do that because then he wouldn't have a job anymore. He wouldn't put his job on the line. So, yeah. Social media journalists can take a hike.
For sure. My hike is I found this random story. I thought it was kind of funny. So this former Miami Heat security guard, they found out over the 6 years he was working for the Heat, he stole over $2 million in merchandise, and one of the items included Miami Heat LeBron James worn finals jersey that he sold for $100,000. Ended up being auctioned for $3.7 million. So he's currently in the middle of a felony court case that's going on right now.
Jesus.
So yeah, like former Miami police officer, like storied career, all this stuff, and then yeah, he just turns around and does that. Like I just thought that was absolutely insane.
he just
but-
saw an opportunity, he ran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
And it caught up to him in a hurry.
I respect the hustle.
Seized about 300 stolen game-worn jerseys and other valuable memorabilia.
Dang, dude.
Yeah. And the Heat confirmed that all of it was stolen from their facility. So
How did he get away with three? Like, at what point did they notice? Is there somewhere where they keep this stuff? Like, how did he get up to 300? That's pretty impressive.
I don't know. Like,
I bet Topps came in and was like, look, we need to make more patch autographs,
Mm-hmm.
autograph cards. Where are all these jerseys at to put in our cards to sell?
Just open up the cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all gone.
It's crazy.
Heat getting ready to auction this stuff off, and it's just gone. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, thought that was kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
anyway, he's about to go to jail for a while, I think. So
Safe to say. And I don't think cops do too well in jail.
no, definitely not.
Yeah.
He might not be as bad at jail because it's just fraud. It's not like something violent.
Yeah.
But
He'll get to watch football on Saturdays.
yeah, exactly. He'll get more of that
good
rec
behavior.
time.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, it's our hugs and hikes. So
Yeah.
not a whole lot going on besides that. Astros and Mariners are in a tight race right now. Mariners won again today.
Did they win again? That's 7
Yeah.
in a row, I think.
Yeah, they're on a roll right now. So half a game out of the division currently. So playing really good baseball. But Rangers been playing well as well lately. So the AL is tight
All
right
together,
now.
yeah.
Like, yeah, just up and down. Like, I mean, the AL East, it's the Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox. The West is the Astros, Mariners, Rangers, and then, I mean, the Central's the Tigers.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's 7 teams.
Yeah. All vying for those 2
Yeah.
spots.
Well, 3.
Yeah, but the 2 with the bye.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
oh,
every-
yeah. I see what you're
everybody
saying.
wants-
Yeah.
You want the bye.
You want
Yeah.
that.
So, a lot of division races going on currently, so it's kind of crazy.
Cleveland's actually sneaking up on the Tigers.
Are they?
It's down to 6. Well, Detroit lost 12 out of 13.
I'll say I knew they were
Recently,
struggling. Yeah.
So Cleveland's cut the gap to 6.
Those are Rockies numbers.
And I think you want to talk about. Did you see since June? This graphic was about. It's probably a week ago or so, but since June 1st, I believe it was, the Yankees and the White Sox have the same amount of wins. That's how bad New York's been playing recently.
Love to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
one of my favorite graphics I've seen this year.
The Mets are struggling too. I've seen Frank
New
the
York.
Tank.
New York's down. dude.
I've
New
seen
York
Frank the
is
Tank
down.
melt.
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on a 7-game losing streak
Yeah, I
right
think
now.
they got walked off today.
Oof. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
it's-
great.
Tough scenes.
And then Milwaukee just like
On fire.
continuing
Still.
to just win. Yeah,
They're
came
the-
from behind again today to
The
win.
Phils are up in the East now, right?
Yeah, they're up by
Yeah,
5
they're
or
up by
6.
5.5
Yeah.
over the Mets
Mets,
because
yeah.
the Mets are struggling. Which the Marlins are actually they're only 11.5 out of the division right now. So
That guy with that bet, dude.
yeah, well the
Yeah,
White
the White
Sox
Sox
are
aren't
kinda
looking
out of
so
it.
hot.
24.5. And the Rockies are also on a 7-game losing streak currently. So
Back to
if
form.
they can lose the rest of their games, then they'll end right at 30 wins. So
I wish.
only 57 games to go. So or 52.
You never know.
It's
Yeah.
baseball.
Well, I think
That would be catastrophic.
They are up to like 300. I think their run differential's up to 322 now.
329.
329.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Updated after today, I guess.
Could you imagine, dude? Like,
Hey, at one point they were on pace for over 500, so they may not quite get there.
It could still happen.
It could if they lose the 55 or the next 57 games, it will definitely would happen.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, well, even like, let's see, there's 57 games left. So
Lose each by 3.
if you lose each by 3, so,
On average, they definitely would over that course.
honestly, I think 400 is definitely viable.
Oh, 400's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, I would argue 400's happening anyway.
Yeah. Oof. It's a tough scene to be a fan of right now.
It's awesome.
Well, it's fun to watch from afar.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's not the Astros again.
Oh gosh. Well, depending on how their farm system develops.
What farm system?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
Yeah.
At some point, this luck of keep finding diamonds in the rough is gonna run out.
It has to.
maybe it won't. Maybe
I
it
mean,
won't.
even today, the Alexander
Alexander, dude?
This is his second start in a row where he's been lights out,
Just shoved.
and he's been a reliever.
He shoved today.
This is two straight starts where he's just been absolutely masterful.
Yeah.
We just keep
Javier-
churning guys out.
And Javier starts tomorrow.
It's exciting, dude. The cavalry is coming.
At least we hope it is.
We
Yeah.
hope. Well, they're coming. It's just a matter of, is it going to matter? Are they going to do what they're supposed to do?
Yeah.
It's fair.
We'll see. But yeah, let's get into SEC football. So
That's what we're here for.
I've never been more happy in my life.
This is what we're here for. I will be happier in 2 weeks whenever there's football on the TV. But yeah, for right now, this will have to do.
Yeah.
there you go. So,
Started from the bottom, now we're here, or what?
well, I figure after how long it took last week, I figure what we can do is we can kind of cut out who we know is going to kind of be at the bottom. Like, I don't think we need to talk about Mississippi State. They're going to be horrible again.
Who do we think is the worst team in the SEC?
Mississippi State.
See, that's the most
Yeah.
popular take. I don't think it is.
Who do you think is going to be worse than them?
Kentucky. I think Kentucky's going to be
Kentucky's
horrible.
gonna be very bad.
They're going to be horrible. And that it doesn't have everything to do with Zach Calzada, but the fact that he is their starting quarterback. He was at A&M in 2019.
Really?
Yes.
I knew he was at A&M, but I didn't realize it was that
He
long.
threw a pass in 2019 at A&M. But the fact that they've stooped that low to have him be their quarterback, they have nobody on that team. I mean,
Was that a shot at the coach's name, or stoop that low?
oh no, I didn't. But
I like it.
I shoot, I should
Pun intended.
I should have yeah wrote into that, but no, dude. I think after this year, which he tried to leave 2 years ago, thank God we didn't do that. But I think it's time for Stoops to end that marriage.
Dude,
I don't see them winning. We don't have to dive into the schedule or anything. I don't think Kentucky wins an SEC game. I think they might go 3-9.
what is their projected win total? I wonder.
Probably like 4.5.
It was let me
Five.
pull
It might be 5.5 just because. But if I would take the under.
4 point. Wait, no, that's the SPO.
So yeah, that's fine. 4.8.
1.9 conference wins is what their projection is.
Under. I don't think they win 2. I don't think they win 1. So they definitely don't win 2. They only won one last
They
year,
did only
and
win one.
that should never have happened.
And still almost beat Georgia.
Yeah, that's fair. But
And guess who their one win was last year?
Ole
Against
Miss, yeah.
Ole Miss. It's
but
crazy.
I think they're worse this year. I actually think Mississippi State might actually surprise a couple teams.
Yeah, maybe. But Ole Miss literally makes the playoff if they don't lose to Kentucky last year. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unbelievable meltdown.
Just looking at Mississippi State's schedule right here.
It's tough. I think they play like
Tennessee,
8 games against teams that are like ranked in the top 25 or some crap. Like, it's-
Tennessee, A&M, Florida, Texas. That's their first 4 conference games.
All L's.
At Arkansas, Georgia, Missouri, Ole Miss.
That's brutal.
That's a rough schedule.
That's rough.
The worst team they play is Arkansas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that one at home
And it's
or
on the road.
Or
on the road?
Tennessee. Or Tennessee. I don't know.
Is Tennessee home or away?
Well, I'd say Missouri probably.
Is Tennessee
Tennessee's at home.
Tennessee's in Starkville early season?
Mm-hmm. Well, late September, but yeah,
Oh, late September.
like week 6.
I think Tennessee needs to watch their 6 in that game.
Yeah.
I really do.
But we're not going to do a deep
No,
dive on
no,
Mississippi State
no.
football. They lost Van Buren. He went to LSU.
Yeah. I was looking Kentucky's
Shape his
schedule
back.
too.
Yeah.
Kentucky, they got Ole Miss
No,
at South Carolina,
No.
Georgia,
No.
Texas,
no.
Tennessee, at Auburn, host Florida,
There it is, right there.
and then at Vanderbilt.
There's the one that maybe, but I don't think I don't think they win a game. I really don't.
They beat Ole Miss last year, and Ole Miss was very talented.
Yeah. So they could win a game. On paper, right now, they don't win a single.
Ole
one of
Miss,
those
that
games.
win was like after. Didn't Ole Miss have a big game the week before or something?
I don't remember. I know LSU.
That game was at Ole Miss too, right?
Yes,
It was,
LSU beat Ole Miss, and I think that was after they had just beat Georgia. I think they were just coming down off the Georgia win. Ole Miss was.
That's
if I'm
what I
not
mean.
mistaken.
Is like I think it was a letdown game, like the week
After-
after.
Handling Georgia,
Beating-
24-10, I
beating
believe.
Georgia very handedly. I believe it was right after that. It was definitely later in the season.
Anyway, yeah, those are the two worst teams. I think Kentucky's is a little worse, but that's
those-
about all we need to.
I don't think Vanderbilt's going to be very good either.
Now everybody's riding the Diego Pavia train. But,
I'm not on it.
I mean, this conference is so deep in the middle this year that it's going to be hard for them to find their way up. I mean, there's a legitimate chance. I mean, it won't happen, but I could see a world where 10 or 11 of these teams should be ranked in the top 25 in the nation. They won't because their records won't allow it, but the talent would get them there if they were playing in any other conference.
Yeah.
That's just
I
it's
agree.
just
like
how,
if they were in the ACC.
correct.
Yeah.
Like how like the 11th best team in the SEC this year would probably be the 3rd or 4th best team in the ACC
Yeah, I would agree
this
with
year. Like, the middle. So I think we will get into it when we do this, but I think 5 through 12, whoever we think might be the 5th best team could legitimately end up as the 12th best at season end, and there's just so much rotation involved in there.
It's gonna be wild. Their schedule: they got South Carolina, at Alabama, then they got LSU, coming off a bye, Missouri, Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee.
I see Kentucky and Tennessee as possible wins. I don't see any other wins on their schedule.
Maybe Missouri.
They sent Missouri to they go to OT, or was it a walk-off kick? It was very close.
That's
Yeah,
when they missed
the field goal.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would have Vanderbilt in that 14,
Yeah. 2 to 3 wins.
yeah,
Conference
Yeah.
wins.
14th in the conference.
At best.
Arkansas is probably 13, roughly.
Yeah, I think Arkansas is probably your 13. Yeah.
I think the difference again between that 12 and then the 13 and down is pretty significant. So I have Arkansas at 13.
Yeah, Arkansas is probably right there too. KJ Jefferson
Taylor Green.
or Taylor Green, yes. It's KJ Jefferson. Yeah, it's been a minute.
I think
A few
his
years.
eight-year career is finally
It's
over.
over.
So.
It's over.
Yes, Taylor Green is now
They-
the starter.
I mean, I think he's actually a pretty good quarterback.
He is.
I don't think he has anything else around him.
No.
And I think we'll get into this too as well. But this past offseason was only the 3rd time in conference history, I believe, that we didn't have any turnover as head coaches.
Oh, true.
Second time since 05, but
Really, man.
Yeah.
05 and then 2019 and then this year. I think 05 was one of the first. It might have been the first time actually, but anyway, pretty rare for there not to be a new head coach in SEC.
Yeah.
That won't happen this year, I think, and I think Sam Pittman's one of the ones that gets axed. I think this will be his last year. I know they love him,
Yeah.
but at some point, you know, even though it's hard to have high expectations at Arkansas, they do. And
Yeah.
I think this will be.
And they're just having such
Pittman's
an
last year.
overhaul this year too. Like their whole skill core is new. Pretty much their whole defense is new. Like
Yeah.
they're just
And Taylor Green, I know. Again, I didn't watch a ton of Arkansas football last year, but I did watch him play against LSU, and he was a little banged up, so his threat of running wasn't really there, and he looked awful as a passer, like just sitting back and trying to pick apart a defense. That's just not his game. He needs to be.
That's
out in
honestly
space.
part of why they didn't beat Texas too.
Yeah.
Because they honestly could have beat Texas last
Agreed.
year.
Agreed.
But his ankle was messed up,
Yep.
so he wasn't as mobile. So
Well, they did beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
yeah,
They have. I mean,
that one was at Tennessee too, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think it might have been in Fayetteville.
Maybe they did.
I'm not sure.
Did they storm the
I
field?
don't
can't
remember. I don't remember, but I do know for sure that if he's not mobile, they're going to have a tough season.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
If
gonna be
he's not
tough.
healthy.
It's gonna be tough in any way. I think. You know.
Absolutely, for sure. But typically Arkansas plays really tough. Like they play good defense typically.
They play A&M tough every
yeah,
year.
and so
Somehow, I mean, they've only beat us once, but
they've all been super close.
every game
Yeah.
is like a touchdown, or at least
Last
during
year
the
wasn't
last-
though, right? Last year y'all handled them pretty.
I think it
No.
ended up being like a 10-point game, but
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
closer than what the score
score.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like every time they were threatening, A&M would just
Is that
get
still in
stop.
Jerry World, or
No,
they
this-
stopped doing that this year?
We're in Fayetteville. So this is the first
Yeah.
year actually making it a road or actual back and forth
Yeah.
now. So
Which this is probably a hot take, but I feel like the Red River rivalry should be the same. I don't
Make
like
it-
it. I don't like it being in the Cotton Bowl. Do a home and home. Like that's one extra game that you don't get as a team and a school, right? Like, the gate you don't get,
wow.
and I think that would be phenomenal
On-
for the rivalry.
On the surface, I immediately didn't like that idea, but then when I give it a second of thought,
Think about how
the home crowds for that game
It would
be,
be-
so electric
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
to
would
have
ha-
the yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you would have
I-
legitimate. You would have legitimate like. I mean, you saw how electric it was in Kyle Field for the Texas OU game.
Yes.
I mean the Texas A&M game when
Yeah.
it came back. Imagine having that at your home stadium every year or every other year
For a very historical rivalry, that's
instead of traveling up to Dallas and eating fried foods all day.
Yeah.
In a absolute run down stadium in the middle of Dallas. Do a home and home.
I actually don't hate that from a fan of the sport.
If there's one thing that will never change, though, that
It's
is
that.
one of them.
Absolutely. I agree for sure. Just because it's a tradition, but dude,
Hey.
Yeah.
You never know.
like you're talking like LSU at night level crowds. I would think like DKR would get up for that.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy in Norman.
It would be crazy in Norman too.
Well, it would be nice too because like right now they play at 11 o'clock every year because they play Saturday morning because it's during the fair.
I thought
They moved it to 2:30
2:30.
last year.
Yeah, they did 2:30
But
last
every year before that, it was always at 11 o'clock
Also
in the
awful.
morning. Yeah.
also awful.
So that takes
Imagine
away
being
from
a
it as
night
well.
game
Oh yeah.
under the lights in Austin or under the lights in Norman. That would be phenomenal.
The entire state of Norman would be, or the entire state of Oklahoma would be at that game.
100%. And tickets would be crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Just like they were for Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be awesome. But we'll get to those two teams later.
We sure will. Yeah, that's Arkansas.
That is our that's about where we feel about Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Then obviously one of the more polarizing teams could be better, could be the same is Oklahoma. They're just really one of those teams that obviously getting Mateer in this year, that's a huge get. And so a lot of people are jumping on the Oklahoma hype train because of that. But
And you're saying that as like they're going to be okay. There are people that are so high on Oklahoma, like possibly
That's
winning,
right, yeah.
winning the SEC.
Yeah, people have them like they're a trendy playoff, like sneak in the playoff type.
Number one, with that schedule, that's
No-
not
no
happening.
chance. This-
Number two, I understand Mateer might be a good quarterback, but you literally lost last year to Wyoming and put up 14 points against Wyoming. Mateer did. So if you're doing that against a Wyoming team,
Welcome to the SEC.
with that schedule,
and
I don't. If it happens, that's crazy and good for them. But I just don't see that happening.
they lost pretty much their entire offense
Yeah,
after last year.
which wasn't very good anyway.
Yeah, it was already not good, but then
The-
they had high star prospects and like they
Absolutely.
all left. Like that bowl game against Navy, I mean they're playing guys that were never even gonna sniff the field.
The one thing I will say is their defense last year was legit.
Yeah,
Brent Venables.
and it's gonna be again.
It is going to be very good again. So that's the one thing OU has going for them for sure, which typical OU football, you don't associate that with.
Well, that was the whole reason that they hired Venables in the first place. Because it
100%.
was, hey, this offense can put up 40, but this defense is also going to give up 35.
Yeah.
So we need to change our identity. And boy, did he. He changed the identity. Defense is great, but the offense immediately went
The
complete
opposite.
180.
Yeah. And Mateer's mobile. That's what everybody says. He's good throwing on the run, that kind of thing. But
He's keeping his offensive coordinator, so it's the same scheme. So
Yeah.
there's not a learning curve there.
doing that in the Pac-2 compared to the SEC, that's going to be a hard ask.
He's going to go into some environments he's never even dreamed of.
Yeah.
Playing at Washington State or anywhere he played before in
gonna
high
be
school.
crazy.
He's going to go into some venues that are probably maybe the lights won't be too bright, but again, he's gonna see some stuff he's never seen before.
So then the obvious question is this do or die for Brent Venables?
No, because I think the contract language is pretty rough, and that's my only reason to say no.
Well,
And
they
I think
just
the
signed into
buyout-
an extension. His buyout's $45 million.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think that's probably a no in Norman. I mean, unless they go like 4-8.
Yeah.
But with that schedule, man, like, I think they have that as like a built-in excuse as well, because that schedule is rough.
Yeah, and don't they have Michigan non-conference?
Yes.
Yeah, so they have
So
Michigan week 2. It's
you-
at home.
You don't
but-
you don't just have four gimme wins and then the non-conference.
I know they do get LSU at home. They obviously have the game in Dallas, which we touched on, against Texas.
They go to Alabama. They go to Tennessee, bye, and then to Alabama.
Yeah, I mean those are two tough places to play. From
And they
tier.
play Ole Miss and Tennessee back to back.
Do they get anybody in the bottom half of the SEC?
No, Missouri
That's not a cakewalk.
and Auburn. Those are the two.
I mean Auburn's going to be better.
I think Auburn's gonna be
Yeah.
not great, but they'll be better than they were last
But like if
year.
you're looking at like from last year, like the lower level, like
They didn't get any of the 4 teams we mentioned a while ago.
they're projected to play 9 projected top 25 teams this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they have they do have the hardest schedule in the country.
them or Florida.
And that's the
I
first
thi-
thing
I
we
think
said
it's
last year
Oklahoma.
too when we were looking at Oklahoma.
Yeah, because it's just a flip. It's a
Yeah.
flip flop of last year.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
home and
Which
home.
they handled Bama. They destroyed Bama last year.
hmm
But now they have to go to Bama, which is obviously tougher.
And I think Alabama's going to be better this year. We'll talk about that.
We'll get there.
We'll touch on it.
Yeah, just touch. We'll barely touch on
We'll
that.
spend a few seconds.
So yeah, so Oklahoma's definitely one of those. It's just, and obviously a lot of it's going to fall on Mateer. Like, how's he going to play this
100%.
year? Is he going to be able to handle that completely different atmosphere from the Pac-12?
And if he's going to play that same game that he played in Washington State, the same thing as Taylon Green, you're always risking getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And you could say that about everybody. Right? Jalen Milroe last year, he did that for 3 years at Bama. I feel like just ran around and was healthy.
Well,
But-
but look what they said. They said the same kind of thing about Jackson Arnold, though, too. They said he was pretty mobile and he could sling the ball. Look what kind of year he ended up having.
Well, the offensive system was absolute garbage.
Not just system; they were also running their 4th string wide receivers out there because they were all hurt all season.
Yeah, it was.
True.
He
And
was
so-
put in an impossible situation,
He was.
and for some reason he decided that let's go join the dumpster fire that is
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze, and
and
that's
I was saying now he's at Auburn. So
that's a better option than what I'm in. That's how much hell he was in.
But it might actually be a better option.
It can't be worse than what he had.
Yeah.
well, let's talk about Auburn. What y'all think?
I mean, Auburn was flirting last year for me for like one of my dark horse teams. Because last year, not last year, but the year before, all of their games they were losing by like 3 points.
Yeah.
They were in every single game. They had obviously the crazy play against Bama, the 4th and 30 or whatever, where Milroe just chunks it up. And so they played everybody really well, and then last year they just pissed down their leg. At Auburn, they're always going to get talent there. So can Jackson Arnold fit in with the scheme there? I don't know, but they're going to have dudes.
They have a pretty good wide receiver core.
They do.
Cam Coleman's very good.
Agreed.
They brought in another cat as well. They're going to be improved. They're not just going to be some cakewalk of a game.
Eric Singleton.
There we go.
Especially
from
in
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, yeah.
Especially in Jordan Hare, that's a hard
Hard
place
place to play. But man, Hugh Freeze needs to recapture some magic he had
Yeah.
before because he hasn't had it since he's been at Auburn.
Man, what difference would Auburn be if they would have hired Dion? Because there were huge talks about Dion going to fill that role. I mean, he would have brought talent there. Imagine
I mean, he would have gotten the guys there for sure.
Well, I mean,
as a
but-
recruiting base, it's way easier to recruit
and if you have,
players
if you
to
have
Auburn.
Shadur and Travis Hunter coming with you,
It's
and
way
then-
easier to recruit players to Auburn than it is Colorado.
But Auburn now still has the guys. It's not like they don't have the players.
yeah, but
But you're
Travis
more likely.
Hunter is like a
Yes,
once
but
in a generation talent.
Well, I was gonna say too, like, and in Auburn, you're more likely to have a chance at stealing some of those SEC guys than Colorado ever
Absolutely.
would. So
well, I was telling Lucas this year, like The SEC was just a game of musical chairs.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of transfers, and it seemed like they all went from SEC school to SEC
Yeah, just
school.
staying in conference.
Yeah, like it was all. I mean, on the surface, they were all just lateral moves. Now, depending on schemes and fits and everything else, it could be a much better situation fit. Yes, but yeah, the SEC had a whole lot of musical chairs.
But when it comes to Auburn, I mean, obviously they play Bama. I don't think their schedule is that daunting.
Well,
They have a relatively favorable schedule. It's not obviously it's not easy.
Well, they open against Baylor.
That's going to
That's
tell us a
tough.
lot.
And
That's going to tell us a lot.
At Baylor.
That's going to tell us
So
a
then
lot.
they have a 4-game stretch. It's Oklahoma, A&M, Georgia, Missouri.
But then they end.
Then after
But then
that,
they go to Arkansas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt.
Like,
That's what I mean.
That's a
And
nice
Alabama. So
That's a nice way to end the season.
especially if you pick off one or two of those other games. If you beat,
if you beat Missouri,
if you go 2-2 in that Oklahoma A&M Georgia Missouri stretch, you're feeling pretty good in Auburn.
Which I would say, I would think Auburn will be favored in the Missouri game.
well, that's what I'm saying too. Like if you beat Missouri, 'cause it's at home, you're probably going on a 5-game winning streak going to Alabama.
Yes.
And that one's at home too.
Yeah. Which again, the way Auburn has been playing, obviously not take out last year, which you have to count that, but they play teams relatively tough typically, and so there's definitely look at Georgia. We'll get to them, but the way Georgia played last year against Kentucky, if they do that against Auburn, Auburn's winning that game.
Yeah.
Georgia on the road. Georgia's a much better team at home. They are on the road.
Yeah.
And that's what's tough too is they got to go to Norman, to College Station back to back.
Yeah.
And then they got Georgia coming to town the week after that.
Back-to-back
Well,
SEC
and they have a
road
bye,
games.
and then they play Georgia.
Yeah, that helps.
So-
But back-to-back road SEC games are tough.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard ask for any team. So especially those two, that's a tough stretch, a tough 2-game stretch.
I mean, basically looking at it though, I mean, you could see potentially 8-4.
Yeah, which I think would be a win for Hugh Freeze
I
and
mean, it's definitely a step up from what it's been.
Yeah.
So
I think 8-4 is kind of the expectation this year.
yeah.
So I would think, anything above would be great. But
And again, a lot of it-
I think they would be disappointed in 6-6.
yeah.
And again, a lot of it is, again, Oklahoma. How much better are they going to be this year? What's Missouri going to look like? So I mean, that definitely plays into it.
Yeah,
as well.
I definitely don't see them as like a playoff team or anything like that, but
No.
I think they're definitely a team that can have some wins against some teams that you're not expecting.
I'll say they could hurt other teams.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. They sure can. Yeah, they
I wasn't
sure
gonna say
can.
it, but
They sure can,
Yeah.
boys. They can actually crush hopes and dreams.
I mean, if you just catch the ball,
I mean, that would be one good thing to start with.
It would help. It would help. If you could catch just the easiest pass of your life, and that would definitely help some things. But to the point, Auburn does with the Alabama game. Auburn seems to be in games they just don't always seem to win them, but
Yeah.
No.
they seem to play everybody very tough.
For sure.
Then our next team we can go to Florida, who I think is going to be better this year.
Again, that's
Are they going to be better, or are they going to be as good as the consensus is that everybody thinks that they're just DJ Lagway is the second coming of Jesus, and they are just going to he's going to be the best quarterback in college
I don't know
football?
about all that, but I do think that they're going to be better.
I mean, he was definitely playing banged up last year, obviously. I think he had off-season surgery, and then I think he tweaked his ankle starting up fall camp already. So is he going to be at 100%? Again, I'd like to see 100% DJ Lagway just because I think he's a talented quarterback. Obviously, he's the number one quarterback coming out of high school whenever he goes to Florida. He's still pretty young. He makes a lot of mistakes, or he did last year. There were some mistakes in him for sure. If you actually go and look at his stats, Michael Van Buren from Mississippi State and DJ Lagway have almost identical stat lines.
Really?
But again, that schedule, their schedule shakes out. It's just so tough. I don't know what Billy Napier's ceiling is this year,
I
to
was
be
about
honest with.
My next question was, does Billy Napier survive the season?
Their schedule is absolutely brutal.
It's
you know,
Well,
like if you get to 8 wins this year, I feel like that's a win.
the problem with Florida is they play Florida State and Miami in the non-conference.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like you tack that on with an 8-game SEC slate, like yikes.
Yeah. And again, we touched on Miami and Florida State in the ACC preview, but we know what we're getting with Carson Beck and Miami.
I think Florida's on talent wise is probably better than both those teams.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
agreed.
But it just depends which team. If is it the first half team that shows up, or is it the second half team that shows up?
Yeah, the second half team was very good.
Very good. But I'm with you on the Lagway deal, man. Like he's already got that sense that he might be a bit of an injury prone guy.
Yeah.
Like his body just doesn't seem to hold up. Now they've, I don't know if their offensive line going to be able to protect him enough, or is he going to put himself in bad situations? The talent's there in Florida.
Oh yeah. It always is.
Napier's recruited fine. They've brought in guys in the transfer portal like everybody else. So it won't be a talent issue. I think this one even more so than Oklahoma is they're just going to be a victim of the schedule.
Yeah.
Like it is just that tough of a gauntlet that if they play super well, they could go 10-2. They could absolutely go 6-6 again though.
If they go 10-2, they're a playoff team.
Oh, for sure.
Any
Like-
SEC team that goes 10-2 is a playoff team.
Yeah, maybe.
It will
I
happen.
think so, yeah.
It will happen.
It depends on if there's multiple 11-1 teams, because
I don't think there will be though.
I mean,
I in the SEC, if you go 10-2, you're making the playoff.
I don't know.
And
man.
Greg Sankey will sit up there and boast for hours and go to bat for every team. I mean, look what he did for all the 9-3 teams last year.
Yeah,
If you go 10-2 in the SEC, you're
but
making the
9-3
playoff.
didn't get you in.
Only because you had an Indiana and an SMU that had insane years. Now
That could happen again.
it can. I don't know if it does.
But 10-2 with Florida's schedule gets them in,
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
because of
with their schedule,
the amount of
yes,
wins they
yeah.
would have to have against really good football teams.
You could talk me into if they go 9-3 with this schedule.
Yeah.
You could argue. I would argue for them.
Depending on who they
Agreed.
lose to.
Correct.
But again, if you go back historically, if you look at the college football playoff rankings over the last 5 years, 10 years, however long they've been doing it, there's only been 2 to 3 SEC teams. If you look at 1 through 12 that are ranked in the top 12, and so talking about 4 or 5 teams getting into the playoff, I don't see that happening. Just because historically it hasn't.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, it just depends on how, like, what kind of seasons other teams are going to have
In other
too.
conferences,
If you're going to
absolutely.
have another Indiana or another SMU that just has an unbelievable 11-1 season,
Yeah.
and then it just makes the top 12 so crowded that you have to make those decisions.
But let's get it straight. Florida's not going 10-2.
No. I mean, they have a 4-game stretch: LSU, Miami, Texas A&M. Then they get Mississippi State. Then it's Georgia. Then Kentucky, and then they end Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State.
Yeah. Just
It's very, very, very tough.
Yeah.
and I think
If they didn't have a quarterback that has Heisman Trophy potential, they would not be being talked about in the light they are.
what does it look like with? Do they have back-to-back road games at the beginning of their season, like with those tough teams? Where it's
At Miami and at LSU. Or at
yeah,
LSU,
they go
then
LSU
at
first,
Miami.
yeah, and then they host Texas.
Yeah, host Texas, go to A&M.
That's
That's a rough stretch.
Yeah.
a very.
I'm
rough stretch.
assuming there's probably a bye mixed in somewhere there, but yeah, they have a bye in between Miami then hosting Texas.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a pretty little brutal stretch.
Yeah, it's tough.
Not ideal.
I mean, we talked about it last year. We were like, is Napier going to make it through the season?
And he wasn't going to until they all of a sudden figure out how to win
They
games.
flipped the switch.
Like,
And I
Which-
think this is also the year. I
Which, again, if you go and watch the SEC documentary on Netflix, the behind the scenes of the Florida season was pretty cool.
like
Really?
just the total vibe switch,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
it ticked up at the end.
With old, what's his name, getting hurt. The kid from Wisconsin.
Graham Mertz.
Graham Mertz getting hurt and Lagway having to step in. It was pretty cool.
yeah.
Watching them, like, following them and seeing kind of the mindset. It was pretty sweet. Yeah. But
Yeah, I think they just got to stay healthy because they had a lot of injuries last year too.
They did.
So
Lagway's got. I mean, this season rides on DJ Lagway.
absolutely.
Turning out to be what people think he has the potential to be, or just staying healthy. But I mean, if he's healthy, I think they can navigate, probably sneak out 7-8 wins, 8 wins probably.
Yeah.
If he gets hurt, they're flirting 500 or below.
Yeah.
Probably below, and Napier's fired.
Mhm.
I think anything less than 8 wins, Napier probably gets canned.
Yeah. But go back and look at like the track records though of like 5-star number 1 overall quarterbacks over the last 10 years.
it's not great.
No, I mean you have Ewers. I thought he was
Jackson
a
Arnold.
good quarterback. Jackson Arnold, Spencer Rattler, Nico.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll find out about 2 of them this year, 3 of them this year.
Yeah.
We'll find out about Bryce Underwood. We'll find out about Manning, and we'll find out about
Was Dante Moore high up there too?
Dante Moore was very,
Very high, right?
Very high. So,
So
but the track record hasn't been great over the past few years,
is the best one Klubnik?
probably. And again, we talked about it a little bit. I haven't been super impressed. Like it's his 6th year now.
I'm expecting him to have
And-
a really good season. But yeah.
A lot of people are for sure, and he probably will, especially playing in the ACC. But I mean, DJU was there and
Bust.
absolute bust. But after DJU left,
Bum.
yeah,
Yeah.
after he left, Klubnik came in and he wasn't lighting up. Like Clemson hasn't been the same Clemson that they were in the 20 teens, like late 20 teens.
Yeah. The Watson days.
Yeah, the mid to late 20 teens. I don't know. So we'll see.
We will see.
It's going to be interesting for those 5-star top quarterbacks coming out of high school this year.
Yep, for sure. And then moving up, we got Missouri. They're gonna have a new quarterback coming this year.
Dude,
I don't think
just
they've even announced that yet.
I'm just chalking them up to 9 to 10 wins because that's what they do every year.
Missouri's
And their schedule is easy.
it's easy.
That's
I'll say
why.
it's
and-
always stacked up perfectly for them.
Well, the past 2 years. Well, last year was perfect.
So they're and this came from the Pick Six previews, but Missouri, since Eli Drinkwitz has been there, is the number 1 team in the SEC in terms of where they finish in recruiting and transfer, and turning that into wins. They have the biggest, Eli does the most with the least, is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
And he's been a very good coach there, and to your point, he just seems to find a way to get there. I mean, they went 9-3 last year. A lot of people argued their record was better than they were, but you still had to win the games.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe you get an easier draw as far as SEC schedules go. Probably the easiest draw.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they got Alabama, at Auburn, at Vanderbilt, A&M at home, Mississippi State at home,
Yeah, but
at Oklahoma, and then at Arkansas.
your 3 hardest games are all at home. Bama,
Yeah.
South Carolina, A&M are all at home.
And then we
So
talked
your
about the
toughest
bottom.
your toughest road game is Oklahoma.
And we talked about like the bottom 3. They have all of them.
They get all of
Yeah.
them. Arkansas, Vandy.
Well,
They don't have
They don't have Kentucky, Mississippi State, but yeah, I mean, 10-2 would not shock me.
No.
And then I guess that's where I just said every 10-2 team gets in. This would be the one case where you'd be like,
No.
they're in.
I don't think.
That's all. Yeah, I'm saying like if
Because they're going to lose. Their losses if they lose at. Or
If-
if they lose at home to Bama and at home to A&M and they beat South Carolina, like,
so, your biggest
not-
win would be the road win at Oklahoma.
yeah.
Or at Auburn, depending on how they are this
Yeah,
year.
true. I mean, there's a case.
They don't play Auburn. Oh yeah, they do. I missed that game.
Yeah, you got Alabama,
Yeah.
Auburn back to back.
That's tough, but it's a very workable schedule when
Hmm.
you're talking about. Just coming off of Oklahoma and Florida,
Yeah.
analyzing those schedules, and then flipping over to this, it's like, oh, wow, not
It's
every
manageable.
team, not every team just got this gauntlet of
Yeah.
to work through here. So, I mean, I don't think they've announced who the starter is. I've been anticipating it's going to be Prabula
Yeah.
from Penn State, but
but Are they going to get to 10 wins? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But if we looked up at the end of the year and they got there, it wouldn't be like, oh wow, how did this happen?
No, but it would be the same under the radar 10-win season like it always
Correct.
is every
They
year.
got to be better on offense too. Like their defense is usually pretty solid,
Yeah.
but like I know against A&M, it's
Dude.
like they played defense the entire game, and like A&M just did whatever they
A&M
wanted
destroyed
to. Like,
them.
and so,
And I know A&M was super high, like, oh, we beat a top 15 team.
Well, that was
They were
also
number 9 at the time.
or they were top 10 team, yeah.
They were number 9.
I was like, that's the worst top 10 team I've ever seen.
Who was the quarterback? Not Reed.
Cook.
Brady Cook.
No.
Oh,
Fran.
Wegman.
Wasn't that his first game back too?
Yeah.
From
He
injury.
he lit them up.
Yeah.
That's everybody was like.
That's when he
oh,
got thrust back in the Heisman contention. Like,
Wegman's back. Here, the season's taking off. We saw that last about a week.
Yeah.
so yeah, they got a lot of changes on offense, but
I guess I really just do trust Eli Drinkowitz a lot. I think he's
Yeah.
a very, very good coach.
yeah.
Probably the most underrated coach in the SEC. Doesn't get talked about at all for
Yeah.
continuously winning at least 8 games at a school that's not historically great football, but
Well, and
just
like we said, like
pretty good football.
He just keeps getting knocked because of their schedule.
Yeah.
Like this is the third year in a row where it's not like just a gauntlet.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty manageable. So
It's definitely the most manageable schedule in all of the SEC.
yeah.
Well, we ain't got to Tennessee yet.
Yeah.
Let's talk about South Carolina.
Let's talk about South Carolina.
So people are pumped up about South Carolina this year. Lenora Sellers is going to win the Heisman. South Carolina is going to win the SEC.
The only thing they need to pump is the brakes.
Yeah.
They lost a lot
They
on
did.
defense too, and I think that's flying under the radar more than anything. Lenore Sellers, if that dude can figure out how to throw the ball downfield accurately, he will definitely be in New York because he is that good of an athlete. He's just a huge dude who can run very well. I mean, he has Cam Newton attributes,
Mm-hmm.
but he just couldn't throw the ball down the field last year. That was his biggest knock because I think he lost Rocket Sanders too. Didn't
Yeah.
Rocket Sanders
They
leave?
did.
And so they're replacing a lot in South Carolina. So a lot of this hype is based on his shoulders. And if he's not throwing the ball down the field, I don't see where the hype is. But again, if he does do that, they're going to be very hard to beat because
Yeah.
he's going to put up numbers.
I mean, they'll be hard to beat maybe, but I don't think the defense is stopping anybody.
And that's where the question is.
They have Dylan Stewart, who is going to he's going to be all SEC, could be all American type. He's a very, very, very good defender,
Yeah.
and that's all they got.
That's it.
So if they just double team him all the time, that's what's going to happen. He's going to get all the looks. Somebody else going to have to step up, and if nobody
Yeah.
else steps up, I mean, Lenora Sellers can do all he can, but if you have to put up 30 every game because your defense is giving that up, it's a tough ask.
Agreed. And again, it'll have to be Cam Newton's Heisman winning season.
When
Just
you
put the team on the back.
Carried your entire
Yeah.
team and
Le-
your not very good coach to a national title.
Exactly. 100%. Which I don't think the same about was it Bowden? No, not
No.
Bowden.
Shane Beamer.
Shane
Shane
Beamer.
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 As Gene Chiswick.
I said Bowden because Bobby Bowden.
Yeah.
But yes, Beamer because Frank's
Frank
son.
Beamer.
Frank's
yeah.
son.
Yeah.
At Virginia Tech. But I think he's a good coach.
It's a very,
I think Beamer's a
so,
great
too.
coach.
yeah.
Again,
Players coach. You can tell he's going to bat for his boys.
dude, again, watch that SEC documentary. It gives you a good insight on kind of how good of a coach he is. It's pretty sweet to watch. But again, it all comes down to Sellers, just like Mateer at Oklahoma, because their schedule is relatively manageable. I mean, they a little bit.
The first half.
It starts
The first
easy
half-
and then
I
it
was
gets a
just-
lot
I was
harder.
just gonna say we might find them 6-0.
And then they may not win another game.
7 of the last 9 games against projected top 21
Yes.
teams.
But they might start out 7-0.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Virginia Tech, South Carolina State,
They
Vanderbilt,
go.
Missouri,
They go to LSU
Kentucky.
in Game 5.
Oh, is it that early? I didn't know it was that early.
Game 6.
Game 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
They're not winning that one.
I would hope not.
So they got to go to LSU, Oklahoma at home, Alabama at home, to Ole Miss, to A&M, Coastal Carolina, and Clemson.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of W's in that one for them.
Yeah.
Granted, they did play. I mean, that they played Bama great last year. They played y'all great last year.
They should have beat LSU.
I mean,
They should have
Oklahoma.
beat LSU and Bama,
Yeah.
and they did. They curb stomped us. So
And they did beat Clemson.
Clemson.
I mean, like Oklahoma's gonna be tough because Oklahoma's got a really good defense. So again, are they gonna be able to score points? But then going to LSU, to Ole Miss, to A&M, like it's.
I mean, we'll talk about Ole Miss, but I think they could definitely go to Ole Miss and win.
I mean, it just depends. Like,
Yeah.
Man, I think he improves as a player, but I think when everything else around you gets
I think,
obviously worse,
he improved, but the team did not.
The
improve.
team did not at all.
And I think the hype on him was everybody's last memory of Lenore Sellers was the Clemson game.
Yep.
Like every media, every single person making these preseason predictions was based off of that game.
and not even him. I think the team, like that's where like
Well, that
people
too.
are high on the team
For
based
sure.
off of the finish.
Well, they're not just high on the team. I mean, Lenore Sellers was picked first team All SEC at media days this year.
And really, if you look at that Clemson game, he didn't play great
He
until
just had the
the
run.
end.
He had the run.
Yeah, the very end of the game, he found a way to win the game. But
Every game he looked really good. He did really good on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
'Cause he
wasn't
couldn't
just
throw a
lighting
downfield
it
pass.
up.
No.
He didn't have to attempt to pass against A&M. They would have won that game.
And-
They just ran it down our throat.
And Rocket Sanders was a huge asset in the
Yes.
backfield. Losing him is huge too. So
Yeah, I am not as high on
oh,
South
I'm
Carolina.
not.
at
I'm
all.
not. I'm not at all.
I think this is closer to a 500 team than this is to sniffing a playoff.
I could see them getting to. I think if they get to 8 wins, it's a great season.
There's going to be a lot of 8-4 in this conference.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. But I'm not as high on
8-4 would be,
very
I
good.
think, a pretty good feat for them.
That's what I said.
honestly.
8-4 would be a really good season.
But
Yeah.
they're going to see that
as a failure.
as a failure, and
That's a drop off.
that should not. It's not. You don't have the team. You have the player. You don't have the team, and sometimes that's just the unfortunate truth.
Agreed.
Time will tell.
Who we got
Let's
next?
go to the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies.
We go to A&M?
Texas A&M.
Yeah,
We'll let you have the floor, Will.
yeah. I mean, I just said it. There's going to be a lot of 8-4. That is the joke. I mean, we are Texas 8-4. We are That's perpetually our record. Even when it looks like we're going to be better, we find a way to go there. I think. I mean, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. It's what I follow. It's what I look. I think the team's better. The team returns a lot.
Offensive lines, fall back.
A&M returns the top 7 offensive linemen. One of the guys could be a first-round pick. We return a 3-headed monster at running back, which was a 2-headed monster, but add in Reuben Owens, who I think's pretty good running back.
Yes.
You got 3 guys back there. We have arguably the 2 best running wide receivers. Casey Concepcion and Terry Bussey are super athletic out of the slot. I think if Kellen Moore gets creative with this offense, there could be a whole lot of fun with it. And I think everybody is sleeping on Marcel Reed. When you look at people coming out with their lists of top quarterbacks in the SEC, a lot of guys that haven't played a down of SEC football being ranked ahead of him. And this guy got thrust into a starting role, played a lot of meaningful SEC football. And when you're talking about experience, I think that's invaluable. He's played in some tough environments. He's lost some tough games. Some of the games that were lost last year, against Texas he didn't show up. Against
Auburn.
No, he's the reason we stayed in the game. Our defense couldn't stop a runny nose. It wasn't his fault we lost to South Carolina.
Yeah.
USC in the bowl game. He drove us down the field and put us in a position to win the game, and our defense gave it right back up. He single-handedly beat Florida. He beat Florida on the road. He beat LSU at home.
Wait, was he the starter against Florida that early?
Yeah. Wegman was a game-time call, and they 30 minutes before the game they announced that Reed was going to start. That was his
Got
first start.
Got it.
Hey, you go to the Swamp and win 33-20, I believe it was. I mean, down Florida team, but first college starts at the Swamp. That's tough. I think they're sleeping on him because you have experience, second year in a system. I know I said on here before, some of the game plans last year I thought were atrocious because I think Kellen Moore had his plan with Wegman and just didn't have a whole offseason to game plan for Marcel Reed. And I think Marcel Reed plays a lot like Colin Klein did at Kansas State. More of a run. He's got the run ability. Not a great thrower, but has he's talent there. So I think this is a really good offense for Colin Klein to run with all the weapons he has.
You've been saying Kellen Moore, and you were throwing me
I
off.
was saying Kellen Moore. Yeah, Colin Klein. Colin Klein.
I was like, Kellen Moore, he's
Saints head coach.
he's on top of the world.
I was
man.
going to say, dude, he has the best offense in the NFL.
Yeah. But I think Colin Klein with the whole offseason to get with Marcel Reed, I think we're going to surprise some people. Now it's the defense. But Elko's getting more involved. He's a defensive coach. The secondary, which was very hot and cold, is all a year older. We bring back essentially everybody. There were a bunch of freshmen and sophomores back there. They're now upperclassmen. We brought in a lot in the portal to fix the defensive line because we lost a whole lot of production there. We might have the best linebacker crew, one of the best linebacker crews in the SEC, with York and Scooby Williams. Gonna be very good. So
I'll have a counter to that, but
that's fine. Well, yeah, one of the best, not the best. Yeah, LSU's got a great linebacker core, but I think a lot of people, like, for all the hype there is around a Florida, all the hype there is around Oklahoma, a South Carolina, I think A&M's getting slept on. Of course,
It's probably a good thing.
I'm a little biased, but I think A&M might be getting slept on a bit. I really do think Mike Elko's a really, really good coach. And, I mean, granted, it fell fast at the end. 8-4 your first year in the SEC is not a terrible start for a first year head coach in the SEC. So 5-3 in SEC games isn't bad. But
Schedule's not horrible either.
so
we talked about this. You talk about getting 3 straight road games in the SEC is
So
ridiculous.
hard. So
That's
hard.
ridiculous. We're the only team in the conference that has this.
so hard.
Granted, we follow that with 3 straight home games, but
I don't think,
we have the 3
start
straight
with
3 straight home games.
yeah.
Then we
but I
go
don't think
on
you
the
play.
road.
I don't think you play again at home until November.
No, against shoot, you got it pulled up. Who do we have?
You got Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida at home, then 2 Arkansas, 2 LSU, 2 Missouri, and then South Carolina at home.
What date? What's the date of that?
November 15th.
Yeah, so you literally go. You're going a whole month without playing at Kyle Field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're the only team in the
Yeah.
conference that has 3 straight road games.
Yeah, that's brutal.
That's ridiculous. It's horrible schedule.
Kind of crazy. 3 home, 3 away.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
How it shook out that way, I have no idea, but pretty ridiculous in my opinion.
Back on Texas A&M though, like the team itself, not quite as much of a question for me with Marcel Reed as Lenora Sellers, but downfield passing the ball is going to be a big question for me. Obviously, we know how talented he is on the ground. Can he make those big throws? And he has done it a few times. We've seen that. But like against LSU, when he came in against LSU, he threw a ball down at the very end. I think he had a touchdown pass. LSU was selling out for the run, and they still couldn't stop it. So they were the coverage was just blown.
Yep.
But I also saw games where he couldn't complete a downfield pass, i.e. Texas, right? He looked awful throwing the ball against Texas.
He looked bad overall against Texas.
Yeah, for sure. But obviously we know how good he is with his feet. I think he's a relatively big dude. He's not like
He's 6'1", 6'2".
yeah, but he's not like he's pretty stout. He's not like a Jalen Milroe, like wiry, skinny guy.
No, he's exactly that.
Is
I was
he?
gonna say
He's
is
100.
like
He's
a-
185 pounds.
Oh,
He's skinnier
yeah.
than Milroe.
Again, I watched him against LSU. He looked bigger than that.
Yeah, no, he's very wiry.
Is he?
Yeah, that was part of the concern is that if he takes too
gets
many
hit,
hits,
yeah.
something could go wrong. Yeah, you're totally right about that. And the other concern is we brought in receivers, but like we don't have a 6'4" guy to go up and get passes. Like
And
it's a whole lot of athletes. It's
Yeah.
like Colin Klein has to get creative in the game plans.
But as you mentioned, returning your entire offensive line, and
We may not have to throw a pass in
that's what I
some
was gonna
games.
say. Y'all are gonna control the ball.
The average size of the offensive line is 6'6", 330.
Yeah, and they're
The
gonna
offensive line is very good
and with
and
the,
experience.
with the running backs that y'all are bringing back. That's going to be the game plan for Colin Klein. It's not going to be spread them out,
No.
throw the ball. They're going to line up and just run it down your throat.
Le'Veon Moss, Armani Daniels was one of the better 1-2 combos
Last year, yeah.
until Le'Veon Moss getting hurt in South Carolina.
Yes.
It was one of the I think it was top 3 rushing attack. in
Was
the
that
com-
ACL?
It was not ACL. It was some other ligaments in the knee, but because he's
I know he hyperextended it. I
he's
think.
been a full participant like the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
spring, and it was a
By
fairly
now
quick
for
recovery.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
but you're also expecting a quarterback in year 2 and a full off season to make those improvements.
For sure.
Not saying he needs to go be a
But
Heisman guy.
I was
but
just gonna say I don't think he needs.
Doesn't
and
have
that's
to
what I was
be.
gonna say.
Yep.
You want to see him develop to throw the ball down the field, but I don't think he's gonna have to.
Correct.
He's gonna have to just manage the game.
correct. Yeah, that's
And can the defense stop people?
That's the biggest deal because our defense was actually not bad, except we were very bad at giving up the big plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you go look at numbers, like A&M actually had a decent defense, but they were very inconsistent when it came to scoring points or like they could hold a team 90% of the time, but damn, when they gave up the big one, it was a touchdown. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a 20-yard game.
Well, they said one of the biggest knocks was the pass rush. Just didn't have a great pass rush last year.
Yeah.
So whenever
I mean-
when you're giving the quarterback more time to throw, I mean, automatically that
Well, and then
opens more stuff up.
then you're relying on your very inexperienced secondary to try to
Exactly.
do stuff that.
Yeah.
Only Des Ricks. I mean, Will Lee was the only upperclassman. They were all freshmen,
Mm-hmm.
sophomores. So
Yeah. That first half against LSU, like Nussmeier was picking them apart.
yeah.
But the defense couldn't stop Reed after that. But yeah, no, I agree. I think A&M definitely has a shot at getting into the playoff for sure.
it's just surviving that 4 out of the last 5 on the road.
Yeah, that's tough.
And your only home game is Coastal Carolina, the same in a conference game. So
Yeah, that's brutal.
yeah, we'll see. Let's go to the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, they were a playoff team last year. They're not going to be a playoff team this year.
Mm-mm.
I mean, say what you want about Nico. I mean, he led him to a playoff berth.
And then got murdered.
They got murdered, but he led him there, and now he's gone. They pretty much did swapsies
Mm-hmm.
with UCLA for quarterbacks.
Which Joey Aguilar never played a snap at UCLA.
Yeah.
He's from App State.
For sure. Yeah, that's
And
true.
They better hope they get 2023 Joey Aguilar because 2024 Joey Aguilar at App State was not all that great.
Yeah, I don't think Tennessee's going to be very
No,
good.
Heupel's got to do some Heupel magic with that quarterback too.
I haven't looked at their schedule. Y'all were saying it's pretty manageable. So
It's manageable.
I'm guessing 8 wins are probably in there.
They get Mississippi State, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, so there's 4 wins there.